Talk to me,
Hello there. Welcome to Purpose Wednesday. I'm Latasha Morgan, certified Christian life coach, certified professional life coach, board certified master Christian mental health coach, and a whole lot of other goodies, y'all. I've had an amazing day, and I pray that you have had an amazing day as well. I also pray that every day to come is even greater and more amazing than the one before. This is week 4 of the series, Purpose in Action, Living Out Your Calling. Today's topic is aligning your resources with God's vision for you. Yes, you must align your resources with God's vision for you. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3, the NIV version says, His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. God has supplied already everything you need to complete the vision, to complete the purpose, to complete the plan that He has for your life. In other words, God never gives us a vision without provision. So let's get into it. Let's see how we align our resources with the vision God has for us, okay? Number 1, stewarding your time wisely. Number 2, managing financial resources. Number 3, leveraging your gifts and talents. And number 4, building purposeful relationships. Number 1, stewarding your time wisely. What are you doing with your time, honey? Are you allotting time for the vision that God has given you? Or are you allotting time or wasting time on social media, looking at television or anything of that nature? Maybe you're chit-chatting on the phone. There's nothing wrong with those things, but there's a time and a season for everything, and you must value the time that God has given. We can handle that problem real quick. How about setting some time aside on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis and make a schedule for yourself? Make sure that every moment of the day is covered, okay? And that way you'll be able to see what you're using your time for, and you'll be able to manage your time wisely. Number 2, managing financial resources. Listen, God has given you the provisions, right? So you have to manage them wisely. Are you investing in yourself, whether that's with education or training, to actually know how to do what God has called you to do? Oftentimes, we have resources, but we allocate them to something else because we don't really think that we need to get education or training, because we don't really believe we need to do that in order to do what God called us to do. We actually do. Some of us actually believe that God is just going to do it for us. No, because if He wanted to do it Himself, He didn't need you to do it, right? He wouldn't ask you to do it. Yes, He can do it, but He wants you to do it. That's why He gave you what He gave you, so that you can use it for His glory, okay? So invest in yourself. Get that education. Maybe you need to set a budget, but whatever you need to do, let's manage our financial resources, okay? So that you can be a good steward over what God has given you already. All right. Number 3, leveraging your gifts and talent. We already know that God has given us gifts. He's given us talents. He's given us a purpose, a vision for our lives, right? What are we doing with it? Are you just sitting around waiting because you don't think you're old enough, or you don't think you have enough, or you don't think this or that? Maybe you're doubting that you're even capable of doing what God has called you to do. Maybe you're afraid of the repercussions that may come because of your calling. Listen, the gifts and talents you have are for the glory of God, not for you to just sit on. All right. There is a saying that the cemetery is the richest place in the world because so many people had so many gifts and talents, and they didn't give it to the world. Maybe because they were afraid of whatever their reasoning was. Don't let that be you. Number 4, building purposeful relationships. Honey, who are you hanging around? Are you around people who have no desire to do anything? They don't support you. They don't push you forward. They're actually a distraction for you. Honey, go build some relationships that are meaningful and purposeful. Get those people around you that's going to be an anchor to hold you and a hand to push you forward. Okay? You need some strong people around you that have a like mind, or don't have the mind you have at all. They're on a higher level than you are. Get people like that that's going to help you do what God has called you to do. Now that we know how we can align our resources with God's vision for our life, here's a call to action. I want you to take a deep assessment of your life today. And I want you to see what one small change you can make to realign your resources with God's vision for your life. Good night, and thank you for watching Purpose Wednesday. I'll see you next week. Talk to me.